Ya, selamat siang pemirsa IDX Channel, masih dalam rangkaian Our Ocean Conference 2018 yang berlangsung di Bali sampai dengan hari ini, 30 Oktober 2018. Dan pemirsa, kali ini kami sudah tersambung dengan Rupert Howes, Chief Executive Marine Stewardship Council. How, sir?
Good morning.
Good morning. So, how are you today?
Good morning.
I'm very well. It is wonderful being in such a wonderful country with such lovely hot weather. Snowing in England.
Enjoy Indonesia, sir.
Weather. It's snowing in England.
Stewardship Council. What is this, sir?
The Marine Stewardship Council is a not-for-profit that's using a certification and labelling program to recognise, reward and incentivise sustainable fishing. We've been operating for 20 years, bringing fisheries into a scientific assessment process, but critically working with the market, with major companies to build a market that demands certified, sustainable and traceable seafood choices. This is our way of trying to contribute to improving fisheries performance around the world. We're 20 years old and the market now for sustainable seafood is over $6 billion annually.
Of Marine Stewardship Council in this Our Ocean Conference, sir?
Well,
MSC has a vision of healthy, productive marine ecosystems where seafood supplies are safeguarded for this and future generations. We're concerned about ocean resilience and sustainability, livelihoods and food security. I'm attending the Bali Our Oceans event where I've just made an announcement of the launch of a £1 million Ocean Stewardship Fund. This is MSC's latest commitment to accelerate the delivery of the Sustainable Development Goal 14. These funds will be available to small-scale community-based fisheries, including in Indonesia, to help them overcome the obstacles and barriers they face in improving their performance.
Or who can participate in this stewardship fund, sir?
The fund is available for any fishery to apply for, and we will hopefully they will use that to overcome identified issues that they might face, whether it's to do with stock assessments or data or other missing pieces of information, capacity building. The fund will be used to help overcome those obstacles, and we very much hope we will see Indonesian fisheries over time entering into formal MSC assessment. The market for certified sustainable seafood is increasing very, very rapidly around the world as major companies, Aeon in Japan, Alibaba in China, major European and US retailers are all demanding traceable, certified seafood choices. It's a huge opportunity there, and one that benefits individual companies, the market, consumers and the environment.
What is the source of this fund? The initial fund itself issue £1 million sterling, and where is the source of, from where?
Okay, so MSC is a not-for-profit. We're actually a registered charity in the UK, but we're operating from 20 offices around the world. We have over 400 fisheries engaged in the program, landing about 12% of the annual global harvest from the oceans. On the market side, there are over 33,000 labelled products in 110 countries, and MSC generates a volume royalty fee for the use of our label. We're utilising a proportion of this logo fee, you could argue money from the consumption side, to help subsidise sustainable production, but specifically targeted for small community-based fisheries.
From the participant of this conference about the Ocean Stewardship Fund, sir?
I'm so sorry, I didn't hear that question.
In this conference about the Stewardship Fund.
Well, we've only just announced it, literally 5 minutes ago, but the response is very, very positive. I think our oceans are facing many, many challenges. The Sustainable Development Goal framework has been signed by 193 nations. It's a route map for humanity to end poverty, increase prosperity, and to protect the planet. I think everybody recognizes when you look at the challenges the oceans face in terms of climate, acidification, warming oceans, we need to find solutions and we need to accelerate the delivery of those solutions. Our fund is another contribution specifically to help with the issue of overfishing. So I think the fund will be very well received, and no doubt we will receive a lot of applications for funding. And my hope over future years is that we will be able to attract philanthropy and other, maybe bilateral aid donations to expand the scale of the fund, because our oceans are in trouble. 30% of global fisheries are overfished or depleted. We're trying to move to a situation where we can improve global food security at a time the population is going to go from 7 billion to 11 billion people. So we have a limited window to really try and turn the trend of declining fisheries health around.
Well, how do you see Indonesia local fisheries industry, sir?
Well, in Indonesia, we're working on a project funded by the Dutch postcode lottery. We call it our Fish for Good project, and we have a couple of staff and an office in Indonesia. They're already working with local partners and engaging with the Fisheries Ministry here in Indonesia, looking at over 50 fisheries that have been mapped, and 11 of which are now going forward into a formal MSC pre-assessment. This is where they're assessed against our standard that looks at stock health, environmental impacts and the quality of the management regime, and from that pre-assessment an action plan is delivered to help them overcome those obstacles to improve their performance. So we're already working here. It's a 4-year project, and we very much hope at the end of that period we will see a number of Indonesian fisheries formally entering into MSC assessment.
Last questions. What message that you want to deliver to the world in this ocean conference?
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that question?
The world in this ocean conference, sir.
Okay, I think...
I think the key message is our oceans are in trouble. This is a huge issue that affects humanity around the world, and we have a limited window to fix these issues, but I remain very optimistic that we can, in relation to overfishing, deliver sustainable fisheries. It needs leadership from governments to implement sound fisheries management policy. It needs enforcement, and it also has a role for market-based programs like the MSC to help build a market for sustainable seafood. And people in Indonesia and around the world can play their part by asking, where does our fish come from? Is it sustainable? Is it traceable? If we get the public policy right and the awareness and the utilization of market-based programs like the MSC, I do genuinely believe we can fix overfishing within the SDG framework of 2030.
Thank you very much, sir,
You're
for
welcome.
your information, and very good luck for your mission MSC in Ocean Conference 2018, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Rangkaian acara Our Ocean Conference 2018 yang berlangsung di Bali sampai dengan tanggal 30 Oktober 2018. Demikian informasi yang dapat kami sampaikan. Saya Fajar Wayo undur diri. Terima kasih dan sampai jumpa.